They asked when they nabbed up the gang members, were they mad at Trump? And he said, no, he's doing their job. He's doing his job. But we're doing our job too. So, it is what it is. It's life.
Okay, so anyone who's
but they don't need to get they don't need to get help by the Democrats fighting against the American people.
I think you guys are manufacturing false lies about people who are coming to the country undocumented. They didn't commit any crime. I don't accept any of their convictions. They're bullshit convictions created by the Republicans as a political pawn and scheme to not let them into the country when they deserve access into the country. Since you don't believe any of these convictions, associated with Donald Trump, seemingly we shouldn't believe any of these convictions with undocumented immigrants either, right? Or any of these legal processes that say that undocumented immigrants aren't allowed in the country, because those legal processes are not justified, right?
You guys don't believe anything on the left.
Oh yeah, we don't believe in any of the convictions towards our candidates. None of them.
But you agree with everything that the left is doing? I mean, they all left town. They left, boom, gone, flew away, avoiding their responsibility to the American people. You're okay with that?
Regardless
in Texas?
Regardless what they do, I'm going to support them no matter what.
Yes.
No matter what.
And me too.
Because, and none of the convictions are real. Republicans are just lies. They have no basis in their position.
Okay. Well, you have your opinion, and I'm cool with that.
Okay, I was joking, right?
And I will support Trump forever.
I was joking, right? I was running your same position against you. Right? It obviously seems absurd.
No.
Why would you support Trump forever? Why would you support him regardless of what he does? Can you name one thing Trump could do that would get you to stop supporting him?
Nothing. Well, no. Pardon P. Diddy.
What?
If he pardoned P. Diddy.
What about if he said that Epstein was a terrific guy and he likes beautiful women as much as he does many of them on the younger side?
Epstein's disgusting. He would never say that, though.
He did say that. Trump said that.
Well, no, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
That's all. Well, you're going to believe the left, so I'm not going to even argue the facts.
This was reported on by everyone.
No, it was not.
Yes, it was. What news? What news do you watch? I'll literally pull it up on your own news.
I watch Trish Regan.
I meant what do you go to any news? You just listen to that one person?
I also listen to Fox 5, Jesse.
Oh, okay, of course the Fox 5. That is diabolical. Okay, I'll literally pull it up on Fox.
Oh, should I have said The View? They're gone too.
Do you accept PBS?
No, PBS is all Democrats. You know that.
It's all Democrats. Okay, it's all Democrats.
They're not even getting funded anymore. They're so corrupt.
They're not corrupt at all. They're literally unbiased.
Well, not to you guys. They're biased. Oh, come on, man.
I said they're unbiased.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh, Parker, I feel bad for you.
I don't think you're going to accept any news at all, huh? So, wait, by the way, no, you won't. What do you think about the Epstein files?
I honestly, I could care less.
You could care less. What do you mean?
I really can. They have nothing to do with what's going on in this world. We got more to worry about than that pig.
You mean child sex
and
trafficking?
All his crap.
Wait, Donald Trump has an affiliation with him, and he's also been told that he was in the Epstein files.
And he already had mentioned that. Yes, I knew that long ago. But you tell me something, Parker. If there was something that could destroy Donald Trump in the Epstein files, you do not think that the Democrats would have brought it out long ago?
It was sealed.
Instead of making up stuff?
It was sealed.
Oh, was it?
John, thank you for the $50 on PayPal. Thank you so much, John. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. W's for John in the comment section right now. Thank you so much. Scott with the $10. Thank you. No, don't worry. Cool to see you. That was really cool to see you. Michael, thank you so much for the $5. Rachel, thank you so much for the $10. Thank you so much. And Odessa, thank you so much for the $5. As well as Patty, thank you for the $20. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much, Patty. Thank you so much. Let me make sure I'm caught up
Hey,
all.
Parker, did you ever get a debate with Charlie Kirk?
Yeah, I debated him on Jubilee.
When? Just recently?
No, this was in about it almost 10 months ago.
Yeah, I want to see you debate him again. I know you want to. I've seen you ask him.
Yeah, he's scared to debate me. Lucy, thank you so much for the
No.
$5. Thank you. Angela, thank you so much for the $2.
He's not.
Vala, thank you for the
He
$5
debated
and the
you.
$10. Emily, thank you for the $5. Doom, thank you so much for the $5. Feisty, thank you for the $10. Thank you. So then why did he kick me out? I literally went to go debate him at a campus. I literally showed up. I was first person in line, and he kicked me out in 7 minutes or 6 minutes. It was
Really?
like 6 or 7 minutes, something like that.
I don't know. I wish he would, though. I think you guys would make a great debate.
Sharon, thank you for the $10. Thank you so much. Well, he's too scared to debate me.
Well, I don't know that it's scared. But anyway. All right, Parker. Well, you have a good day.
All right. Okay, wait. Before you go, I have a question. Do you think the Epstein files are a hoax created by Democrats?
No.
Then you think Trump was lying?
No. He's not saying they're lying about the files. He's saying they're lying about what they're talking about him.
No, he said that they created the files as a hoax.
Oh, I do not even pay attention to the Epstein crap, so I can't even answer.
Wait, I'm just asking
that
though. Do you believe that because he said that?
Whatever he says must be true.
Whatever he said must be true. You don't think that's cultish, by the way? Whatever he says must be true. What you treat him like God?
No. I only have one God, son.
You said whatever he says must be true. That's like Jesus. You're like Jesus.
Nope. He's here. He's a human being. My Jesus is forever.
Then he's not always right. Then he's clearly not always right. Can you
not lying.
Can you name one Christian norm that Donald Trump upholds more than Kamala Harris?
Why do you bring her into it? She's so ridiculous.
Okay, without Kamala Harris, just one norm in general that Donald Trump upholds. One Christian norm.
He loves people. He treats them with a lot of respect.
He treats people with respect. You know, Donald Trump is very well known for treating people with respect, insofar as that he had a nickname and an insult for every single person in the Republican primary.
I thought it. I love him. I love the nickname.
Well, can you tell me what he calls Gavin Newsom?
Newscum.
Can you tell me why you think that he's a nice person while doing that?
Because he deserves that name.
What about this? How about this? How about this?
People.
What about him cheating on every single one of his wives?
So did Newscum.
And I disagree with that too.
Well, you can't say about one person and not about the other. You cannot give me that example.
Well, I mean, I would if we were talking about Newsom.
Newscum is worthless. He's so worthless. He took that money that they did just a concert for and put it in his wife's name. That's cute.
Can you provide me a source?
Shit, man. No, I wasn't ready for you, Parker. What are you doing? Are those your notes?
Yeah, I'm looking through to find your source.
Oh, stop it. You're killing me. All right, man. You take it easy.
Okay, take it easy.
Bye.
Dennis, thank you so much for the membership subscription. Roland, thank you so much for the $20. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Let's go to the next person. Only send a guest request if you meet the set of criteria that I'm putting on the TikTok screen. That might be one of the most brain-rotted guests I've talked to in a long time. I'm not going to lie. That was like #1 cult member. She unironically said nothing. She unironically said nothing in response to what could Donald Trump do to like get you to stop supporting him. Unironically said nothing. Appreciate the hand heart. Yo, how old are you?
How you doing?
Yeah, how old are you?
I'm 52.
And do you support Donald Trump?
Yes, I do.
And why do you support Donald Trump?
I think that any person that is in lead of your well-being should be a person that you should support, whether you approve of all of their ideas or not.
Oh,
It
okay.
is
So
still someone that you want to succeed.
okay, so I have a question. If you lived in, by the way, chat, can anyone see like the guest, or is it like that they're invisible on everyone's screen? Because that seemingly is happening for me. But
I can see myself.
yeah. So for example, like if you lived in Nazi Germany, would you have supported Hitler?
At the time when Hitler came into power,
Yeah.
it was one of the poorest countries in the world. So if you're starving and have no way to take care and provide for your family, and the best thing you
I'm
have
asking
coming
you, would
in,
you support? When you ask the hypothetical, thinking that they're just gonna easily concede, and then they just run into like a pro Hitler argument. Um, what? What the fuck? Like that's fucking nuts. That was unhinged. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Raúl, acá le faltó.
All right, let's go to the next person. Only send a guest request if you meet the set of criteria on the screen, everyone. Yo, what's up? How old are you? How old are you? Okay, it seems like we can see the guest now. So let's go on to the next individual. If you're on YouTube, make sure to like that stream. If you're on TikTok, do tap that screen. It seems like today we're probably going to do like a split live. Dean said that he has to get off, I think around 2:30 or 3 my time. So I'll probably get like 3 hours of live later on in the day. So we'll probably do half the stream here now, and then we'll do half the stream then. So that's probably what we're going to do today, everyone. So make sure to like the stream here. If you're on TikTok, I'd really, really, really appreciate if you like the stream here on TikTok and on YouTube. I'd really appreciate if you want to support me as always, Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, link tree in the bio, as well as the description to YouTube. Vesna with the $50 on PayPal. Thank you so much for dealing with insufferable people every single day. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Coots of W in the comment section right now for Vesna. They said, keep going. My whole family tunes in every day. That's amazing. That's fucking amazing. Coots of W's for Vesna in the comment section right now. That's amazing. That's amazing. I appreciate the hat and mustache. Thank you. Let's go on to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you meet the set of criteria on the screen. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
It's Michael, bro. You don't remember me?
Oh, that Michael's insane. I'm just kicking him. He's fucking insane. I think that Michael's worse than Liam. Like, I actually genuinely think that. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Hello. Oh, I'm 21.
What's your birth year?
2004,
What month?
May.
And do you support Donald Trump?
I do.
And why do you support Donald Trump?
I think the way that he treats the Israel and Palestine conflict is actually really good.
Yeah, I think that they're a fetus too, chat. Najia, thank you so much. I really appreciate the $5. Thank you. It's been rough trying to find guests. I'll be sure to make you laugh with super funny chats. Thank you. I appreciate it. It has been a little bit much to find guests. You know, that should be expected, though. We're on my girlfriend's account. I've been getting banned on my main account and my third account a lot. You know, it's been really hard to deal with, but we'll get through it at some point. Hopefully. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
36.
Are you driving?
No, I'm actually riding as a passenger.
And do you support Donald Trump?
I do.
And why do you support Donald Trump?
Well, I'm still in the military, and I just trusted him as a president. Actually, he was the reason I re-enlisted. Just the people he puts around him, like Hexeth, for example. I feel like he's smart enough to put people around him that are smarter than he is. And I don't trust the Democrats to lead our military.
Well, I just want to let you know that's a very low bar. Very low bar, I tell you.
So what? For what?
That's a very low bar for like being smarter than Trump.
Okay. I mean, but he's smart enough to do that.
Do you remember what happened with the Signal chat? They literally just like released, right? Because they literally accidentally added a reporter.
Yeah. So what do you think they released on that?
I'm just saying they released information in which they would have otherwise kept private, specifically relating to, right, different types of operations that the government was going to undergo, correct?
And what effect did that have?
Well, I'm just saying that that has an effect in telling everyone across the board that this administration is literally incompetent.
So what negative effect did that have?
It shows that this administration is incompetent.
Right. So, but nothing came of it, right?
But it shows that given that their incompetence, something even worse could come from it. It makes us look like a joke on the world stage. That's definitely something that comes from it.
Okay, but nothing actually happened from it. So what is there to talk about?
What do you mean nothing came from it? I just told you what came from it.
So it gave the world a negative perspective of how we run things?
Yeah, like it lowered the level of competency they thought was applicable to the president of the United States and his administration.
Okay. And where are we at right now?
We're at a very bad spot. Like,
so
we don't have
people
good,
hang.
Like, our allies don't respect us. I mean, Donald Trump talked about annexing like Canada, Panama, Greenland. It's ridiculous. I mean, he's threatened our relationships with our allies, engaging in tariffs around the entire world, destabilizing our economy insofar as that there was such a bad jobs report that he literally fired the head of the BLS because he was not liking the results that they came out with when they're a nonpartisan individual.
Okay, so people's feelings got upset, is what you're saying.
Trump's feelings.
Okay, but you said other people don't like us because of that signal track being released.
I'm saying it makes us look ridiculous on the world stage. It makes us look insane. How can you not act like that doesn't impact our reputation around the world, which would be impactful in terms of the level of influence that we'd have around the world, especially in terms of situations like, for example, being able to hold accountability to the international stage. If we can actually get our own politicians to do that, you know, we want that in the future, to be able to help the international community work together, say, to fight climate change. We want us to be able to do that. We want us to be able to like work with the international community, right, to uphold, right, the ICC and the ICJ's determinations, which we are currently not doing right now. So it's actually like what I'm advocating for is engaging with the world stage to a greater extent. The Paris Climate Accords, right, our allies trusting us specifically by having a candidate that doesn't threaten them, right, to get them to engage in peace negotiations, or not just peace negotiations, negotiations relating to our economy and trade.
So you don't think our allies trust us?
I don't think, no.
Why is that? Because he leaked something that was unclassified?
Not just that, because of the fact that, one, because of that. Two, because Donald Trump has 30,000 confirmed lies in his first administration. Three, because Donald Trump literally talked about annexing their country, and then also has been threatening tariffs.
Okay.
That's unhinged.
And but nothing you just listed was a bad or negative thing for our country.
What? I just mentioned a lot of bad and negative things for our country.
What you're saying, basically, your argument is that whatever was done gave us a bad perspective from other nations and Trump. So that's all about feelings, but nothing actually physically happened.
What do you think is going to happen? That, like, I'm confused. Like, what are you looking for me to tell you? Because that is something physically that happens.
Well, you brought up the signal chat, and
yeah,
that's
and
all
you understand that
Democrats
reputation changing is absolutely something that changes physically, because it's about physically what is going to respond to the United States.
But in order for our reputation to change, something negative has to come from it, and nothing has. Except
something did. We looked incoherent.
Feelings.
We looked incoherent. We looked like they weren't serious. Like they weren't professional. Like they didn't know what's going on. Like there's unsecured information that the government officials have access to that they aren't keeping secured. It is absolutely a threat to our national security. Dude, I'm gonna go nuts, man. Are you just gonna say the same thing over and over? We're having the same argument over and over again. I've already answered these questions.
Okay, yeah.
Thank you for $10. Thank you.
Agree, disagree on that. But as far as voting for Trump, I basically got two options, and one of them was a second choice from the left side, and the other choice was Trump, who actually cares about our military. And being in the military, that was extremely important to me.
You say Trump cares about your military, but cares about the military, but what you're not understanding is that Donald Trump not only called for the termination of all rules, regulations, and articles, even those found in the Constitution. He said that John McCain was not a war hero because he was captured. He also said that veterans are suckers and losers. I mean, I can point to plenty of things. He dodged the draft on multiple occasions.
But there you go again with words hurt your feelings. What is it? What is he done to hurt our military?
Him calling veterans. Oh, he cut the VA.
What about it? I mean, what does that matter?
Why does that matter? Cutting the VA restricts.
Being in the military, you got pretty thick skin.
So military has thick skin. That doesn't. I'm confused with how that responds to anything I just said. Right? You want to cut people off the VA? You think that's good?
Who did he cut off the VA?
Again, he cuts people off the VA because it is the case that he cut military members, specifically from the VA, and people who are working at the VA, which reduce care. And if you reduce care for veterans, that leads to less veterans getting care. It's very, very, very easy to understand.
What was the reason he did that? Do you know?
No, I don't see any good reason why he did that.
Okay, so it had nothing to do with funding or financial standpoint on that end?
You said what?
So you don't think that had anything to do with maybe funding, or maybe it was a good idea, even though it might have hurt some people?
Funding, even though it might hurt some people. Wait, repeat that one more time. Sorry, I was hearing the background noise and it got me focused off.
I mean, let me say this. I don't agree with everything that Trump does. I wouldn't, apparently, there's this outlook that, if you vote for Trump, you're hardcore Maga. And that's just not the case. A lot of people who voted for Trump because he was running against Kamala Harris, and they just did not want to see that. So, they took kind of, whether you call it the better of two evils or what's that?
Kamala. Yeah, so I'm confused. The better of two evils. How is Donald Trump the better of two evils? You're not really describing how he would be.
Well, first of all, Kamala was gonna. You see, Biden in office, he's got trans people dancing in the White House. That was their priority. And the other reason I voted for Trump is he got trans people out of the military.
What's wrong with trans people dancing in the White House?
Well, because they're pretty much putting it out there that normalizing a mental illness, and they wanted to keep people with mental illnesses in the military.
Wait, being trans is not a mental illness. There's nowhere in the DSM that's classified as a mental illness. 1. 2, as it relates to this, having trans people dance in a White House is not fucking bad or wrong. And the fact that you're trying to act like that's bad or wrong or ridiculous is insane to me. That's actually insane to me. Dude, why are you so obsessed?
So you go back to,
why are you so obsessed and triggered at trans people's existence, right? That you literally can't even mention a policy of Trump's that you like. You can't mention anything else. Instead, you're focused on trans people dancing. And you think that's bad. What?
Well, you mentioned that other nations are embarrassed by us or whatever. You don't think they're more embarrassed with trannies dancing in the White House?
Don't use that fucking gross person. So disgusting. So disgusting, dude. So disgusting. What a fucking piece of shit, dude. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Let's go to the next person. Only send a guest request if you do meet the set of criteria on the screen, everyone. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
26.
Do you support Donald Trump?
Yeah.
What's your birth year?
2000.
2000? You're 26?
Going on 26.
Let's go to the next person. Only send a guest request if you meet the set of criteria on the screen. Yo, what's up? How old are you? All right, let me make sure I'm caught up with everyone, by the way. Melissa, thank you so much for the $50 on Venmo. Thank you so much, Melissa. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Tweet some W's from Melissa in the comment section right now. Thank you so much, Melissa. I really appreciate it. Thank you. W's from Melissa in the comment section right now. Thank you. Thank you, Melissa. As well as Purdy, thank you for the $4.20. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. And Justin with the $25 on PayPal. Thank you so much. As well as Alex. Thank you so much. I really appreciate the $2. Thank you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Let me make sure I'm caught up here on YouTube, and then we'll make sure to go on to the next person here real quick. Gradients, thank you for the $5. Ice Cream, thank you for the $2. Alpha, thank you so much for the $10. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I think I'm caught up there, actually. Let me go on to the next individual. If you want to support me, as always, Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, Linktree in the bio, as well as the description of the YouTube, as well as you can support me over YouTube Super Chat. Alrighty, let's go on to the next individual here. Only send a guest request if you meet the set of criteria on the TikTok screen. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Yo, Trump is him. Trump is him.
How young are they? Jeez, what the? Yo, what's up? How old are you? That was like actually a zygote, chat. Let's go on to the next person. Only send a guest request if you meet the set of criteria on the screen, everyone. On TikTok here. If you're on YouTube, make sure to like that stream. Make sure to subscribe if you're new. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
I'm digging in my stinky ass, Parker.
Let's go to the next person. TS, thank you so much for the $5. Thank you. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
19.
Do you support Donald Trump?
Yeah.
What's your birth year?
2006.
What month?
March.
March 2006, and you're 19. So why do you support Donald Trump? Wait, have you been on my live before?
No.
Lies. Ashley, thank you so much for the $2. Thank you. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
33.
Do you support Donald Trump?
Hell yeah.
What's your birth year, by the way?
92.
So why do you support Donald Trump?
Because of how much y'all hate him.
Why is that a reason to support him?
Same reason. It's a reason for you to have this platform and make content based off of nothing but Donald Trump.
What do you mean?
Who else could you make content off of other than Donald Trump year round?
I did plenty of other topics before I talked about simply just politics.
All right, I'm gonna be real with you, bro. I really don't know you. I seen you and Dean Withers live one time, so I kind of got on yours then. But you sound just like him, and you're doing the same thing.
Yeah, because Dean and I are good friends.
Best friends, huh?
You know who did this first?
Who? You?
Yeah, I actually told
okay.
Dean. I told Dean to do this.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
You told Dean that, hey, you wanna make content about one person.
So we did a bunch of different topics, and I told Dean to do this topic as well, because it is the case that it's incredibly important and beneficial for people to have this type of information and to debate this topic, right? Because it is the case that it's so effective, right? When we're referencing changing how people think, right? And especially that's impactful towards the way people vote. And I would argue that like us engaging in this has been incredibly impactful in a positive direction and has led to a lot of really good influence. That's exactly why I did.
All right, I would agree with that if you were talking about politics instead of just Trump. But you're just talking about Trump and no politics.
Because that's about politics, right?
Yeah, but no
It's
real
politics
politics.
responding from each other's sides. We talk about the different policies and reasons why they support Donald Trump, because that's the
But
position that Republicans hold right now.
what do you support? Like, who did you vote for and why did you vote for them?
Kamala Harris, because Kamala Harris is better than Donald Trump.
No, that's not a good enough reason. That's just like y'all throwing these
That's the-
insults and not giving me facts.
What? That's not an insult. I said Kamala Harris is better than Donald
I
Trump.
I know, but that's just like instead of y'all telling me why what Trump did was bad, y'all are just throwing a bunch of insults. That's just like you saying something just because you're telling me that you don't like Trump.
Hold
So
on. You could ask me for why are the reasons why I think that, but just saying I'm saying that for no reason doesn't make any sense, given that that's just a baseline for why I voted for the way that I did. Are you
So
expecting
why?
that I gave every reason why I voted the way I did within that response?
At least one, at least a couple.
Okay, Donald Trump was held civilly liable of sexually abusing a woman. He bragged about walking into the
Whoa,
changing
stop,
rooms.
stop. I said Kamala. I said Kamala. Why
Okay.
did why
Six
you want
thousand
to vote for Kamala?
$6,000 child tax credit for the first year of a child's life. 3,600 through them being 5 years old. 3,000 through them being 18. $25,000 tax credit for first-time home buyers for new homes. $2,000 cap on pharmaceuticals out of pocket. $35 cap on insulin for everyone, not just seniors. She believes in science, specifically climate change, and supported the largest investment in renewable energy ever through the context of the Inflation Reduction Act. The continued response on an international stage in terms of that, expanding access to the ACA, expanding education access. I can point to plenty of things that Kamala Harris would have done that are significantly better than Donald Trump.
Would have done. So why didn't they do any of that when Biden was in office?
For example, the Inflation Reduction Act was the largest investment in renewable energy ever. The Bipartisan Infrastructure Bill, the CHIPS and Science Act, the PACT Act, the American Rescue Plan, a lot of this had those policies within it. Like the American Rescue Plan had the $3,600 child tax credit through them being 5 years old, 3,000 through them being 18, which when implemented reduced childhood poverty by 45%.
Man, you do a lot of numbers and talking, but for some reason when y'all are talking about Donald Trump, y'all aren't doing these numbers or any of that. Y'all are just it's a bunch of insults.
Okay, I'll give you numbers then. Donald Trump's big beautiful bill adds $3.4 trillion to the debt, alongside the fact that it decreases after-tax income for the bottom 20% of income earners and gives massive tax breaks to millionaires and billionaires. So it takes hundreds of dollars per taxpayer in the bottom 20% of taxpayers, and it gives that money to people who are rich, people who are incredibly wealthy, already doing well. Right? So adding trillions of dollars to the debt and taking money from the poor and giving to the rich, which is literally reverse Robin Hood, is absolutely insane to support. Is that good enough?
So if that's what he supports, what do they support?
For what?
What do they support if that's what he supports? If he
I
supports
actually
giving our
just gave
money
you that
to the
list.
richer people.
Would you like me to list
No,
it
not
out
the
again?
list. No. I'm saying like the specifics. The specifics is that he supports he supports the elites and he's giving our money to the elites. What are they doing?
They're doing whatever is going to be the most profit maximizing condition for themselves, which isn't necessarily going to be giving money to their workers or their employees or people in need, right? And that's exactly why I say that we have a natural trickle up aspect of the economy, that if we have a booming consumer market and we have consumers that are doing well off, we're naturally going to see a trickle up effect where money will naturally distribute to the top. Whereas specifically, if we have a trickle down, if we rely on that, it's never going to actually trickle down because they don't have an incentive to give money to their employees or to send money down unless they make money from it.
So, man, this sounds so good, bro, but like I said, why didn't Biden do that and why didn't Obama do that? And Biden been literally in politics for over 50 years now. Can you name an accomplishment he's made in 50 years?
Bipartisan Infrastructure Bill, CHIPS and Science Act, PACT Act, Inflation Reduction Act, American Rescue Plan. I already mentioned 5. Those are just in his previous administration.
And what did those do for me?
What did those do for you? The Bipartisan Infrastructure Bill put over...
What did those do for me? The lower class, what did that do for me?
Yeah, the Bipartisan Infrastructure Bill put money into investment in infrastructure, specifically to develop high-speed internet in rural communities, high-speed broadband in rural communities. It specifically also put money into roads and bridges. It put money into getting lead out of drinking pipes for clean drinking water. There are plenty of things that it specifically was funding that were absolutely positively impactful. The Chips and Science Act increases domestic manufacturing of chips production in the United States, which is going to bring us up to 20 to 30% global production of chips by 2030. All right, we can also point to the PACT Act, which gives more funding for healthcare for veterans, right, who specifically were exposed to burn pits and toxic substances abroad, right, so expands the VA. We can also point towards the Inflation Reduction Act, again, the largest investment in renewable energy ever, the $35 cap on insulin for people who are on Medicare, who are on, and then also like we can just acknowledge the American Rescue Plan, which again, reduced childhood poverty by 45% when implemented. So, by the way, if you'd like to come back into the app, I'd love to hear what you say. I can't currently hear you when you swipe out of the app. John, thank you so much for the $50 on YouTube Super Chat. Thank you so much, John. I really appreciate the $50. Thank you so much, John. Can we get some W's for John in the comment section right now for the $50? Thank you so much. And Jason, thank you for the $5. And Ashley, thank you for the $2.
Look, man, you make a lot of money off this Trump content, don't you?
Do you want to respond to anything I said? Because I answered every single point.
What else content you do?
What other content do I do? Is that what you just asked?
Yeah.
This is my content.
Yeah. The Trump content.
Yes.
Where you can just go live and say, why do you support Trump?
Yeah.
This is how you make your income.
Yes.
That doesn't sound crazy.
Nope.
That's crazy. And then you told your homeboy, hey man, all you gotta do is say, hey, why do you support Trump in your life? You can make an income. That's what you told Dean, right?
Dean already had a platform prior to I told this to him.
Y'all finessing, bro.
Well, it makes you, instead of responding to any of my points.
Hey, he gave that platform up.
Instead of responding to any of the points that I made, he's just got to say that I'm like finessing people. You know, I'm making money, also doing something that I'm good at, and I also provide good for the world. You understand that, like, what I just brought up is information is incredibly important. It's something that I wouldn't know if I never specialized specifically within this. I wouldn't be able to respond as effectively to these types of arguments if I didn't specialize in this. If I didn't have an economics degree, if I didn't have background in this that would be relevant towards being able to have these conversations in the first place. So when you sit here and you act like I don't bring anything to the table when I specifically come up with these lives, it's actually ridiculous. I mean, there's over 6,000 or like about 6,000 people listening to live right now. Not because I'm just some random kid on the internet, but because I'm providing good information. I answered every single one of your questions. I gave you the reason why Donald Trump is a bad candidate. I gave you the reason why Kamala Harris and Democrats would be significantly better options for the working class, for people in need, and for marginalized communities. But you didn't give a shit to respond to any of those points. You just cared to mention that I'm making money like every other fucking business in the United States. No shit.
No, I told you that sounded very political.
Yeah.
Very political. It sounded just like what we've been hearing since I was born. And for some reason, when Donald Trump came and he wanted to run for president, everybody stopped liking Donald Trump. And believe it or not, I had nothing to do with politics. I was sleep as hell, just like everybody else. And I never voted. I got felonies. I can't vote. So, but I still,
it depends
when
on the state.
Obama was
I
in
just want to let you know,
me being black.
It does depend on the state. It does depend on the state that you're in, like, and what types of felonies. Just to clarify, people who are felons can vote depending on the state.
Yeah, you don't want to know that.
What's up?
Yeah, not my felonies. But when I was asleep and stereotypically black, I would have voted for Obama.
Wait, so here's my point then.
I'm black.
Hold up. So wait, here's my point when it comes to this. If you can't vote, I mean, I don't know why you would say you support Donald Trump then. One. Secondly, as it relates to this, if we can point to like
I could still support him.
You can't vote for him, right?
What does that matter? I still support him. I still see that people hate him, and I don't see the reason for why they hate him.
If you can't vote for him, why?
Yeah, like why? Like why? Why? I mean, first of all, my rights being taken away doesn't mean I can't have an opinion.
Sure,
right?
sure. So you do think felons should be able to vote? Is that what your argument is? Like,
No, what? I don't care I don't care. I fucked up. Oh, I'm sorry. I messed up. So that's life. I was a kid.
so do you think
I'm
that
33 years old now, bro.
so
I
you
have a
don't think
son in the
that
house right now.
okay? I mean, we don't. Okay, so I guess like I was confused. What was I previously? We were previously at a point. I was gonna make a point. I kind of lost where we were. Where were we at prior? Can you remind me?
Yeah, because your point was that you hit me with a bunch of political stuff, and I didn't know. I didn't know what to say because you sound just like every other president trying to give me a promise and trying to tell me you basically a campaign. Like you sound like whatever. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing her name wrong. On a campaign.
Sure. So like,
Yeah.
so I understand that I sound that way, but
So
that's just because
I wasn't trying to do all that. I wanted to get you with that.
so I understand that I sound that way, but what I want to explain to you is that I'm giving.
The facts that
I think there's a bit of an echo, or not an echo, like a delay.
yeah, go ahead, man.
So I think that like I think I understand that I sound that way, but like if you like listen and ask questions and like try to engage with my positions, I'll give you reasons for why I like have these views, and it's going to be different from a politician because I'll actually engage with the perspectives that you bring up, given that you're engaging in good faith.
All right. Well, so to me, bro, there's nothing that any president has ever done that has affected anything when I walk outside and I see a difference. So to me, I have to go based off of actual reality.
Wrong. Did
and
you go
what
to
I
public
see.
school?
And yes,
Do you use public roads?
yes.
Those are both things that the public
These have been here since,
provides.
like I said, hey, man, like I said, nothing has benefited me.
You just explained how you were
the
benefited.
taxpayer, the person who's paying for all that.
You benefited off of the education system,
No,
correct?
I'm benefiting myself.
Really, you paid for it?
Okay, we're off subject, huh?
So you paid for your public education?
We're so off subject.
Okay.
No, I don't know. I don't. That doesn't matter, man. Can I make my point?
Mhm.
So, like I said, I go based off of reality. And you told me I couldn't, but for me to go off of y'all's word, that's just crazy. That's like listening to a voice in my head. I'm sorry. Don't let that get us off subject. So back to my topic. I have to go off of reality. So I'm looking at what you do and what you have been doing. And so I looked at your profile. I can't find anything. You got a couple videos, but if you go to Dean's profile, you'll see that when Biden was in office, he wasn't talking about politics. He stopped. He started doing TikTok dances. He started doing regular things. He started becoming a regular person again. Like he ran out of stuff to do, basically. And then Trump came back for his election, and then you see it. And then like I see it with my dad too, because this is just how I study things. So my dad's profile is the same way, where when Biden was in office, he stopped talking about politics. He has no opinion about anything Biden did. Same with Dean Withers. He has no opinion with what Biden did. And then Trump comes back, and now here we go with the political shit again.
It's actually really funny, especially that
So to me, like for y'all not to having a, I'm sorry, what'd you say?
It's really funny that you specifically say that Dean went back to dancing. No, Dean's been doing debate lives about politics since prior to the election, was debating about the election prior to that point. He didn't do dances.
Wait, you say
ever.
politics. You say politics, bro. You mean Trump, right?
Yeah. I'm
you
confused.
mean Trump, right?
Wait, I just want to let you know when
Yeah, because you said politics.
Listen. I want you to listen. Dean, so you're saying that like when Biden was in office, he didn't talk about politics. When Biden was in office, he did talk about politics. What's up?
Did he talk about what Biden did?
Yes.
He didn't talk about anything Biden did.
Yes, he did.
Come on, man.
Dude, I literally go live with him like all the time. He's one of my best
Then you
friends.
should know what he said. What he say?
I do. I do
bet.
know. What do you mean? I
So
can
what
reference.
did he say? What did he say about Biden? What did
What about
Biden
Biden? It
do
depends on what
when he was
topic you're
in
referencing
office
about Biden.
that
That's a
did
very vague.
anything. You can compliment him if you want to, if you know how, if you could. But I don't think you could because he was asleep for 4 years.
The bipartisan infrastructure bill, Chips and Science Act, PACT Act, Inflation Reduction Act. Those are all things that Dean has mentioned on his own live.
So on his live, I said on the videos.
You said he went back to dancing. That never
Like,
happened.
I can't go back and check his live.
Secondly, I just want to let you know, I'm on my girlfriend's account
So
right
there's
now.
not- there's not-
Okay,
there's
hold
not-
on. I'm just gonna mute you because there's a bit of a delay, seemingly. So I'm just gonna mute you, because we keep cutting each other off. So I mean, sorry, I just thought the door opened. So I'm on my girlfriend's account right now because my main account and my third account, which are my main account and technically my second account, got banned, right? And I'm on my girlfriend's account right now because all my other accounts are banned. I don't know what your point is with that. You can go to Dean's account, and if you knew anything about Dean, you would know that he talked about the election prior to the election happening. I mean, for months and months and months. You can see him over like almost a year ago talking about like the election, right, on Jubilee. You can see videos of him debating, right, on the internet about Biden versus Trump well before Harris was even the candidate as well. And if you want to say, like, why didn't he do this in, like, 2020 or something like that, or 2021 or 2022, prior to him having a TikTok platform? That doesn't make any sense. Plus, when he first got on TikTok, he was a libertarian. He wasn't even a liberal yet. Through being my friend and being around me and people who have similar views to me, he's changed his mind over time and became a liberal and a social democrat. He was originally a libertarian. Libby, thank you so much for the $20 on Venmo. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. King, thank you so much for the $20. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it as well. Thank you.
I'm back, right?
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, all right. Yes. No, I wasn't trying to go back. I didn't even go back that far, bro. I just went back far enough to see a couple things before Trump started trying to come back into office. And I did see a TikTok dance. I don't know if he erased it, but I know I saw a TikTok dance. But that's not my point.
That would be coupled with something else. He doesn't just do dances. Like,
yeah,
maybe,
he damn sure
maybe,
I'm doing right now because Donald Trump trending.
What? Dude, he doesn't even do that. Like, he literally makes, like, media content now. Do you want me to go to Dean's account and show you his account or something? Like,
all right, well, like I said, man, no, you don't have to. But I do want to know, when Biden was in office, what were you doing?
When Biden wasn't in office? What do you mean?
No, when he was in office for those 4 years, like, did you go live?
Yes.
And did you do the why do you support Biden?
No, I
You did the why do you support Biden?
No, I did. Why do you support Trump? Because I support Biden over Trump.
So you still was making Trump content during Biden's administration?
Every once in a while, yeah. It wasn't my main topic, but every once in a while I did that, yeah.
Did you ever go live about Biden?
Like, we would talk about Biden versus Trump. My background wouldn't be why do you support
nothing
Biden?
about Biden unless...
What the fuck do you want me to do? I'm so confused.
I want you to make it political and not about Trump. I want you to, you know how when we had candidates to choose from, like, we didn't have one side getting softball questions and the other side getting asshole questions.
So I just want you to know, politics will be the thing I talk about. And the reason why it's Trump is because Trump has an association with politics right now. When Trump's not in the political landscape, it will be about other politicians. I will debate against other right-wing individuals. It will probably be, why do you support Vance? Or why do you support Republicans? Right? There will be a point where it will change. But right now, Trump is the dominant force within the Republican Party. Also, I just want to mention this, right? I used to be a Trump supporter. Okay, so in this thing that you were saying, like prior, like I think you were talking about like people like grow up and like they're liberal and like they're always liberal and they don't know what they're talking about and like that's just how they've always been. I grew up in a conservative Christian household. In high school, I was a Trump supporter, and my views changed over time.
All right, so no, I didn't say nothing about like what you just said. I was talking about me in general. Like when I was stereotypically black, I literally went and got a shirt made with Obama's face on it because my president is black. My Lambo was blue. That black.
Okay, I'm
So I was happy because we had a black president.
Oh, okay, I'm confused.
So like
how
I said,
like,
I was
how that would be
stereotypically
wrong for you to be happy about
with the black
representation
president.
in the position of presidency. I'm confused how that's a response to like what I was
No, because it
arguing.
is wrong to care about the color of my president. It's wrong to care about the color of my president.
I think that what we would want to focus on here is that there is representation for Black Americans when historically there has not been representation because of systemic racism, because of slavery and Jim Crow, right? And I mean, I can point to plenty of reasons, historically speaking, why people who are black have been restricted from being in these positions of power. So
Yeah, no.
obviously, people who are black getting into these positions of power is absolutely something to be proud of, right? That's not something to be like, oh, this is like, there's no reason to be happy about that. There's absolutely a reason to be happy about that because it's demonstrating that there is progression with this country, right?
So, no, I'm sorry, I don't agree with anything you just said. And Obama did nothing for black people, bro.
What?
Nothing.
One that's
So
one
me
that's
being so happy for no reason
one that's not
was
true.
like coming to
Secondly,
realization.
secondly, like again, that's just a complete and utter pivot, right? What we were specifically talking about was that you thought it was like that was like a relevant point to bring up in response to like what I was describing. I'm so confused how we got to this conversation.
No, but because you were talking about how you were a Trump fan back then, and it's like, to me, if you was a Trump fan back then, bro, you was just racist. If you was a Trump fan back then and you had no reason to be, you was just racist, bro. So I don't really know what to say about anybody who
If you think
supports Trump and
if you think
don't
Trump fans are racist, why
actually
would you be a
have a
fan of
reason.
Trump? If you think Trump fans are racist, why would you be a fan of Trump? Like, I'm so confused. If Trump fans are racist, why would you want to be a fan of Trump?
So the media portrays Trump as a bigot, a racist, and most of his fans are so-called racist. And any kind of cult, Aryan Brotherhood, whatever, they're the ones associated with Trump, even though it's not really associated, but they make it seem like it because the media controls everything, and you sound just like the media.
So why do you support Trump?
You don't remember what I said when I first came on here? I support Trump because of how much you hate him.
So are you just like trolling me or something? I'm confused.
Not at all. Not at all. My profile is rapping Trump.
I'm confused. Do you?
No, I'm not trolling. I'm so serious.
If you could go back in time and either vote for Kamala Harris or Donald Trump, who would you vote for?
Man, what? Are you serious? I would not vote for Harris, bro.
Would you vote for Donald Trump?
And if I had a chance to vote, maybe I would go vote for Donald Trump. Yes.
Okay.
See, I don't think you understand because
why?
you're white. Listen, bro. I'm black. So me growing up and seeing my grandma and my older sister and my mom literally abuse the system and have all these tricks to get by on welfare and Section 8. Literal tricks. Teaching people. Like this is what we were doing. So when people say that black people are getting comfortable on welfare and Section 8, I agree. I totally agree. I seen it with my own two eyes.
Yeah, I don't like the association that we're specifically just saying that black people are getting Section 8 and these particular types of programs, because historically that's been used as like a mechanism to like stigmatize people who are black, because it is the case that they are claiming that like people who are black are on welfare or on these different types of social programs, and that they're like drains. Can I please speak? I would love to be able to speak. Historically speaking, this has been used in order to literally stigmatize black people, because it is the case that they are claiming that people who are black are just literally frauding off of the system and they're not doing anything or any work, right? And it's actually ridiculous. One, because it's used as a justification to try to cut people off of programs, and two, because it's meant to dehumanize and stigmatize people who are black, historically speaking. I'm not saying you're doing in this circumstance. I'm just saying I want to clarify that, because there are stereotypes that people have generated associated with that are incredibly harmful, that should not be applicable, right? And I think that's a really important thing to acknowledge in the context of this conversation, all right? So, I mean, I would like for you, for us to have a conversation about like why you think that the current Section 8 system and the current system in general in terms of Medicare, Medicaid, Social Security is somehow going to be better given that Donald Trump is in office comparative to Kamala Harris.
Look, bro, I would consider myself a sovereign citizen if I was allowed to. I don't even have a license, if you want me to be honest with you. So whatever they're gonna do, I don't care. All I know is the world is being ran by corporations and BlackRock and Vanguard. They're best friends with each other, and that's who he after. So
no, he's not. He's helping them. Can you tell me what BlackRock is?
You said BlackRock is a company that has a bunch of stocks or a bunch of money in a bunch of stocks. So they have a bunch of control over those stocks. They have a bunch of control over Disney. Yeah, go ahead. You laughed. I want to know why you laughed.
It's just an investment management firm. Like, so I just want to clarify, like, yes, they do have huge control over some things in certain contexts, depending on the level of control they have in those situations, because of just like they have access to so many assets. But that doesn't mean like, one, they're controlling the determinations of businesses, like by themselves, especially because they don't control enough of a business to do that in most scenarios. Secondly, I just want to address the fact that like it's often used as a buzzword in order to act like that there's some sort of small group controlling the entire world. And thirdly, if you want to impose regulations, you gotta it says visibility restricted for 10 minutes. Okay, they gave me like 2 different flags. Interesting. Should we hit a restart, everyone? I think we hit a restart. There's 4.3 thousand people in here. I'd recommend everyone here on the TikTok stream. I'm gonna hit quick restart, meaning I'll be right back here in about 20 seconds. I would recommend to go over to the YouTube channel, because then you don't have to deal with all of these things where I have to like restart and whatnot. I'll keep everyone updated. I'm probably going to be doing 2 separate lives today. One is going to go until Dean essentially goes live, and once Dean gets on, probably a bit after that, I will end the live, and I will go and live a bit later between, like, I'm pretty sure between like either 2:30 to 5:30 or like 3 to 5:30, something like that. Or 3 to 6, something like that. We'll see. I'll keep y'all updated with that, but I'm going to hit a quick restart, everyone, here. I'll be back in literally like 30 seconds here on this TikTok account. I'd recommend to go over to the YouTube. There's 2.8 thousand people over there. For everyone here on YouTube, make sure to like that stream. I would really appreciate it, everyone. I'll be right back, everyone.